Okay, so let's break down one of the most powerful ideas for finding a little bit of peace in this totally chaotic modern world. It's a concept from Darius Farrow's book, Focus on What Matters. And trust me, once you see it, you really can't unsee it.
Does this sound familiar? You know, you wake up and your brain just kicks into overdrive. You're already thinking about the deadlines, the pressure from your boss, that to-do list that never seems to end. The weight of it all can be absolutely crushing.
Or how about this one? You post something you're actually proud of, and then what happens? You're just glued to your phone, right? You're refreshing, waiting for replies, counting the likes, and you get that sinking feeling when they just don't come.
It's so easy to think we need some new app or the latest productivity hack to solve all these problems. But what if the answer isn't new at all? What if it's been sitting there for literally thousands of years?
And that brings us to this incredible idea from Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control. It sounds fancy, but it's really just a simple mental model that asks you to divide your entire world into two circles. What you can control and, well, what you can't.
So here's the deal. The Stoics believe that everything, and I mean everything in life, falls into one of two buckets. There are the things you have direct influence over, and then there's absolutely everything else. Real happiness, they argued, comes from knowing the difference, and then pouring all your energy into that first bucket.
Think about it like this. You just can't control what someone else thinks of you, right? But you can control your own actions and opinions. You can't control the traffic, but you can control your reaction to it, whether you get filled with rage or just take a deep breath. You control the effort you put in, not the final result. And that little distinction, well, that's everything.
Okay, so that's the theory. Sounds nice, right? But how does this ancient idea actually help with our very modern problems? Let's get practical. Let's look at some real-world examples you're probably dealing with right now.
Let's go back to that social media post. You control the content you create, sure, and your intention behind it. But the second you hit post, it's gone. It's out there. The outcome, the likes, the comments, the shares, is completely, totally out of your hands. Worrying about it is just wasting precious energy on something you literally cannot change.
And look, this is where it gets really important. When you chain your own happiness to something you can't control, like what a bunch of strangers think online, you're just setting yourself up for a lifetime of anxiety. Your peace of mind basically becomes a puppet, and you're handing the strings over to everybody else.
Here's another high-stakes example, a job interview. It's so easy to get your mind spinning, isn't it? Is the interviewer having a bad day? What if they're looking for something else? What if there's another candidate who's just perfect? But here's the thing, none of that is your concern.
Your only job is simple. Prepare like crazy, show up, and answer every question honestly. That's it. That's your entire sphere of control in that moment. Pour all of your energy into that, and then you have to let the outcome be what it will be.
Okay, and this is where it gets really powerful. This leads to a huge mindset shift, and honestly, it's kind of the secret weapon of this whole philosophy. It's all about changing what you value most.
Think about it. Our entire world is obsessed with the outcome. The prize, the promotion, the A+, the number of followers. We're constantly being judged by these results, and even worse, we judge ourselves by them. And that creates this constant humming state of anxiety. But the Stoic approach, forget the outcome. Seriously, let it go. Instead, you've got to fall in love with the process. Focus entirely on your actions, on your effort, on your character. The confidence this builds is completely unshakable because it depends on nothing and no one but you. And here's the beautiful paradox. When you stop being terrified of the result, you actually free yourself up to do your best work. If things don't go your way, it's not a failure, it's just feedback. It's a learning opportunity for the next time you get in there and try again.
So this all sounds great, but how do you actually do it? In the middle of a stressful day? Well, it all comes down to one ridiculously simple, powerful question you can ask yourself in any situation.
That's it. That is the entire tool. The next time you feel that heat rising, that anger, that anxiety, that frustration, just pause for 1 second and ask yourself, is the thing that's upsetting me right now actually in my control?
And the answer immediately tells you exactly what to do. If it's a yes, if it's something you can influence, like your own reaction or your own effort, then take action. Do what you can. But if the answer is no, if it's the weather or the traffic or someone else's mood, then your only sane option is to let it go. You accept it and you move on.
See, this isn't just some dusty old philosophy, right? It's a practical tool for a better life that you can start using, like, right now. So I'll leave you with this question.
What worry, what anxiety, what little resentment are you holding on to that is completely outside of your control? And what would it feel like to just let it go?